Give us an industry perspective is Michael Kill, CEO of the Nighttime Industries Association. Really good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Look, a really disappointing festive period, whether you were in England or not, presumably much, much worse, though, of course, in Northern Ireland, Wales and Scotland. How bad, or indeed otherwise, has this period been for you?
It's been hugely challenging, as you can appreciate. I mean, leading up to New Year's Eve, which luckily we were able to trade, it pretty much decimated the festive period. The narrative from government around socialising created some real sort of tension and concern within consumers. And that led to cancellations of bookings, people not showing for gigs, and no shows at restaurants. And on average, I think each unit lost according to a poll that we carried out, about £46,000 per unit, which is a huge amount of money when you're looking to use that to survive in the early part of 2022.
Yeah, and not least when you compare it with the support that Rishi Sunak's offered. I think it was £1 billion, wasn't it, which equated to something like £6,000 per pub. It doesn't even touch the sides, as you describe.
No, it doesn't. I mean, £6,000 is for some businesses the amount of money they would lose in a night. Bearing in mind that on average, most of them are around £230,000 in debt due to the pandemic, particularly things like nightclubs who have been closed for a big part of that period. So it's hugely challenging. And I think that the issue we have is proportionality and a real understanding of things like cost inflation.
Yeah, well, look, how hopeful are you about the short-term ability to recoup some of the losses that your industry has suffered? Because so many people tighten their belts in January, don't they? Omicron or not. Many people also want to be a bit healthier. They do things like dry January. It's not going to be a quick recovery this time.
No, I mean, we're estimating that this has pushed back recovery by about 6 months. As you can appreciate, with dry January, it's creating some bigger issues. So I think there's a real sort of push for people to support their local pubs and their local sort of cultural businesses like live gigs, electronic music, events, etc. So I think it's really important that people step up. As you can appreciate, I mean, these businesses have done everything they can to support the public health strategy and continue to do so. So I think they've played their part, and we really hope that the customers can see how much effort has been put in and how highly regulated they are and safe they are to go out and enjoy a social evening or an event or night out, particularly as it's so important to people's well-being.